Minister of Industry and Commerce, Mr. Malaythong Kommasith, informs National Assembly that the government is working with well-established privately owned companies to develop a modern system of registration and an import database that will enable stronger management of importers and exporters. This was the response given by the Minister of Industry and Commerce, Mr. Malaythong Kommasith, last week when questioned by National Assembly members about the steps being taken to tackle inflation and the weak yen.
เพื่อค้นคว้าและกำหนดโครงสร้างราคาสินค้าที่จำเป็นทั้งอยู่ในบัญชีกและบัญชีขอ The
minister also said the flow of foreign currency would be more strictly managed through the banking system and that more would be done to boost domestic production. The Ministry of Industry and Commerce is working with the National Enterprise Database of the Enterprise Registration and Management Department to improve the automatic tax notification system of the Tax Department, Mr. Malaythong said.
สินค้าโดยเฉพาะเป็นสินค้าที่มีผลกระทบมีความสามารถแข่งขันและจำเป็นต่อชีวิตการเป็นอยู่ของประชาชน
This is aimed at streamlining and modernizing the management of imports and export businesses and ensuring that all relevant information can be shared among state agencies. The ministry completed the development of an online importer-exporter registration system on November 1st, and the next step is to further strengthen the regulation of imports and exports through the automatic tax notification system. This system will identify import and export companies that are not registered and those names do not appear in the database, and it will not be possible for them to notify customs officials about imported goods. In the future, the Ministry of Industry and Commerce will link its information system to the Capital Flow Management System, which the Bank of the Lao PDR is currently developing.
ให้เฮ็ดเวียกมีประสิทธิภาพและประสิทธิผลสูงขึ้นตื่มพร้อมนี้ก็จะประสานสมทบกับกรรมาธิการเศรษฐกิจเทคโนโลยีและสิ่งแวดล้อม
We expect to be able to link to this system when its initial development is complete, and it is given a trial run next month, Mr. Malaythong said. While waiting for a stable data link to be set up between the Ministry of Industry and Commerce, the Ministry of Finance, and the Bank of the Lao PDR, the Ministry of Industry and Commerce will continue to provide information about businesses that have registered as importers and exporters through a coordinated group via WhatsApp and Google Drive. Since the Ministry of Industry and Commerce made it mandatory for importers and exporters to register with the ministry, 946 companies have registered, of which 650 companies have been verified and registered. Of these, 180 deal in imports and 116 in exports. To further strengthen regulations, the Ministry of Industry and Commerce will work more closely with the Ministry of Finance, the Central Bank, and other agencies in the management and issuing of import and export licenses for each product.
หากจะเล็งค้นคว้าปรับปรุงบรรดานิติกรรมที่ติดพันกับเรื่องงานราคาเป็นต้นเหมือนการยกระดับ
At the same time, we will guide and encourage provincial and local levels of government and industry and commerce departments to participate in the implementation, monitoring, and sharing of ideas to improve the implementation of new regulations, Mr. Malaythong said.